Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set up your Go Motion detector and how to connect it with your graphical analysis app so that you can display what it is collecting, the data it's collecting. So for this video, you're going to need your Go Motion detector out of your module box, and then you'll also need your web browser. So step one is you're literally just going to go to the graphical analysis app. This is what will display the data that the motion detector is finding. And then this is before we get into the app. I will say that this slideshow is in the slides guide for lessons 4 and 5. So if you want to just look at the slideshow, you can do that or go back for reference. It's in the materials prep for those lessons. Step 2, once you've just kind of gotten the app, is using your HDMI connection to connect the Go Motion detector. Usually like a red light will kind of come on, so you kind of know it's connected, or you heard the tone on my computer. If you need an adapter, you want to use a different port, you will have to get that on your on your own. JCPS Science Warehouse is not providing that, but to connect to your regular USB port, it should be fine. All right, so at this point, now that you've connected, you're going to hit this sensor data collection button. You're going to hit the USB button, and you have the Go Motion detector, so you're going to hit that button. And then what version are you going to connect to? You're going to click on that and hit connect. And then you should hear the detector, kind of like a green button will come on, and the detector, you will start making like a clicking sound. Now, I am going to hit the trigger button on the detector so we don't hear that throughout the entire presentation. But if you ever turn that trigger off, you're going to want to turn it back on so that you can continue. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit done, and you are now in the app that is going to show the graphical representation of your data. Right now it has 2 graphs. We don't need 2, we really just need 1. So you're going to go in this top right corner where it says view options, that icon. You're going to change 2 graphs to 1 graph, and you'll see it will automatically change there. And then you'll notice the x-axis is time, and you have 5 seconds. And then the y-axis is position, and 0 to 2. We want to change this a little bit just so the students will be able to see it pretty well. So in the bottom left below the graph, you're going to select the graph options icon. You're going to scroll down to edit graph options. And on the x-axis, you are going to change that to manual scaling, and you're going to change it to 2, 0 to 2. Okay. Then scroll down to the y-axis. You're going to change that to manual scaling. And this, we want to do bottom of 0.2 and top to 0.8. And then you can click the X in the top right corner to get you out of that. And you'll notice that now your x-axis looks a little different, because 0 to 2, and then your y-axis goes 0.2 to 0.8. The next thing is we want to change this mode down here. So click on the very bottom left corner, mode, and we are going to change. Let's see if I can move. Let me move this for now. Click on the mode, and we're going to change the rate to 25 samples per second. I think that's about as fast as it can go. That will give us a good rate. And then the end collection, since we're only doing it for 2 seconds, you're going to change it to end collection after 2 seconds, since that's as long as we're going to do. If you want to change these, you can. If you want to change your graph to show more seconds and you want to collect data for more than 2 seconds, you can. But this is what's recommended for the way the lessons are written. If you want to do some more experimenting with your students, you can change any settings you really want. But after you've kind of done what what's been in the lessons for the students. All right, so now you'll hit done. And this is it. You're now set up. So now you would just want to make sure your trigger button is set up. You know, there's another whole setup on how to set up the motion detector with the stick apparatus. But basically, you can lift up the top of the sensor, so it's, you know, the sensor is actually pointing at whatever you want it to. But the big thing for the app is that you want to hit the collect. You want to hit this collect button. So every time, I'll show you. So if you hit this collect button, I just kind of would put my hand back and forth on it, so it wasn't perfect, but you can kind of see some kind of graph, and then it will stop after 2 seconds. And every time you hit more to do another collect, it'll start over. Okay. So in the lessons, it tells you to take screenshots. So just make sure before you collect data again, if you want to take a screenshot, that you do that before you actually hit collect again, or it will kind of go off. And that is how you set up your Go motion detector.